Hey, this is Bill Kelliher from the band Mastodon. You're watching Tattoo.com.
Hey fuckers, it's Rockwell Anderson here at Louder Than Life 2017 with this very sexy son of a bitch. From Mastodon, Bill, introduce yourself, Bill.
Hey, I'm Bill Kelliher, one sexy beast from Mastodon. According to you.
I've got good taste, you know. I also,
Obviously.
the one other gentleman that I call the sexy beast is Jesse from Eagles Death Metal.
He is a sexy beast as well.
He is a very sexy beast.
We're on tour together.
Yes.
It's like almost too much sexy.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second, because we have seen both Eagles of Death Metal and Mastodon quite a bit this year, and I see that he kind of, there's a little guest appearance usually in the Eagles of Death Metal set, and how's that proceeding? Not you.
No, it's our other sexy beast in the band, Brent Hines. It's going over well, you know. He jumps up there and plays the first song with them, and you know, they get the crowd. They're really good at getting the crowd like ready to rock. So we got Russian Circles who open the set, who just kind of just lay out this devastating, like droning, spooky movie kind of soundtrack going on that just kind of catches everybody like, what's going on? Am I like in a spooky house or what's happening? And then those guys come out and just kind of bring everybody's spirits back up, and then we come out and flatten them back down again.
When I saw Brent the first time with Eagles of Death Metal, I'm like, wait, that dude's from Mastodon. What's going on? But then I figured it out. I didn't know. Well, speaking of just Mastodon now, you guys came out with a new album this year. For those who are unaware, you know, there are people actually that don't know Mastodon yet and don't know what you have. They should.
We're like a household name now.
You are. What the fuck is wrong? I mean, Taylor Swift, who the fuck is she? This is Mastodon, okay? So, Bill, tell us about the new album.
Well, you're talking about Emperor of Sand, right?
Yes.
Okay. We did have an EP come out recently, but Emperor of Sand. Well, let's see. It's our latest full-length album, and I don't know. It's a great record. I think it's, you know, we did it with Brendan O'Brien, and, you know, I'm really happy about it. I did a lot of writing and a lot of work on it, you know what I mean? Like, it was a very personal album, too, because it touches on, you know, a lot of loved ones who are suffering from cancer. And at the time that I started writing the riffs, my mom was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, unfortunately. And Troy's our bass player and singer. His wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. We had to stop touring because he needed to be with her. And it was right after she, you know, it was a couple months after she got the news that, you know, I got the news about my mom, and it was just like, wow. I was right in the middle of like writing and taking care of her until her last days, and it was every song, like, you know, it was an outpouring of like emotion, and I don't know, I just had like an explosion of like creativity for that record. So
Sometimes the tragedy of life, which happens,
it unfortunately it has to take something like that to really shake you up and get those emotions out. But it's art, you know. It really is, and it's art. That's how, you know, as an artist, it's how I deal with things. I'll put them into music, you know what I mean, and because I'm not really good at talking about it, so it just comes out in my fingertips in the riffs. So, I mean, I had a lot of stuff already kind of saved up for a long time, and this album is all that and more.
Now, Mastodon is an Atlanta-based band. You are originally from New York, correct?
Yeah.
Do you live now in Atlanta when you're not on tour?
20 years. I've been in Atlanta for 20 years.
So are you guys recording? When you do you record in Atlanta, or do you go up to Nashville, or where do you guys go?
The last record we did in Nashville, which was not Emperor Sand, the one before that, Once More Around the Sun. We did that in Nashville, which is only a 4-hour drive. But yeah, the most recent record, we did that in Atlanta, in Kennesaw, about 40 miles north of Atlanta. But I have like a home studio that I just recently built. I built that so I could get all these ideas into the machine so that we could like start working on stuff, and it's really helped. It really helped with the new record, you know, just being able to dump all your ideas at home in your own, you know, instead of trying to rent someone else's place and have them do it, I could just go in my own basement, hit record and start shuffling ideas around, and that really helped shape the new record and how it all came together so flawlessly.
Cool. Excellent. Well, we talk about music. Let's talk tats. We got a couple more minutes with you. So let's tell us what you got.
Well, this is the Mandarin Spawn. This is like a McFarlane, kind of like a comic book series. It's pretty old, but my friend Babak Tabatabai did this one, and I think he did most of it at my house. I usually get tattooed either at my house or when I'm on the road and I'm just have time to stop into people's tattoo shops. This up here is it's like a Mastodon dragon, done by Jeremy Barber in Denver, Colorado. And Jeremy also did this one. That's JG, my wife's initials. This one back here is Princess Leia, and that was done by a guy named Goat in I can't remember where it was, somewhere in Colorado. This is my Game of Thrones tattoo I got after we were on Game of Thrones as extras. What else do I got back there? This is a Good Times tattoo. I got that on Ozfest. God, that was 2004, 2005. This is my cat, Grover. He passed away. One day I was on tour and I happened to be a tattoo artist at the venue in Boston, and he did that. Again with Babak Tabatabai, he did my Star Wars sleeve here with Boba Fett and IG-88 and Bosk, and Dengar is back there, and Forlom and Zuckus. This is my friend Jordan in New Orleans. That is the Remission fire symbol from the Remission album, which I had this before I had all this. This was one of my first tattoos. It's the Mandalorian. It's the Mandalorian symbol for Boba Fett, and that was my very first tattoo. My Evan Conklin, and he's in Rochester, New York. That's the guy that flies the Death Star, Grand Moff Tarkin. That's self-explanatory. That's Jeremy Barber again. Jeremy's a good friend of mine. He's done a lot of work on me.
That's very vibrant.
I'll show you one last one by Babak Tabatabai did this. He's in Memphis, which it's not quite finished, but it's so fucking painful. So, yeah, that's that.
Well, Bill, we're getting the wrap sign. So, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you out there on stage.
All right, sounds great.
Thanks a lot.